Good morning, my friends, and welcome to our channel. Our video today is a continuation of discovering happiness, and today it's all going to be about gratefulness. And the saying goes that if you are trying to discover happiness, you have to learn first to discover gratefulness for what you have. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, I'm starting off with a huge big thank you for all our new subscribers. Evidently, I did get a shout out from a wonderfully happy lady about 2 or 3 days ago, Mary from Mary's Nest. Mary's channel is the most wonderful channel, all about cooking. She calls herself a modern pioneer, and I don't think there's anything that Mary can't make. Now, I used to adore Martha Stewart. She was my idol. But because of all these new subscribers saying they're from Mary's Nest, and that's the name of her channel, I have discovered Mary's Nest, and guess what? Mary is now my new cooking idol. So thank you, Mary, from the bottom of my heart for sending these sweet ladies to my channel and becoming part of our family as we journey along to aging gracefully. I also want to thank all the ladies who have come and hope that you'll continue to enjoy our channel. And I'm sort of in my 40s due, can you tell? I'm still trying to track down those rats or those hair forms, and I've been to a couple of stores. I'm going to talk a little bit about hair today, but today I have my victory roll hairdo, semi-victory roll. I have a rat in here that I cut up, and this one, no rat, just my hair. So I'm all gelled out in a 1940s victory roll hairdo. Sometimes they show it with curled hair like they wore in the 40s, or a straight long back, or sometimes you can clip it back, and I'm going to see if I can't do that. This is what it would look like clipped back in a hairdo like that. I just wish I had more hair. This is what it looks like in the back. I kind of like it with the bow rather than straight in the back. All these hairdos would be so much more fun if my hair was nice and thick like it used to be, but I'm grateful for what I have. Starting off with gratefulness. The other person I want to continue to thank is Patti from RXSTRMOM. Patti gave us a shout out last September that really kind of put us on the map, and I will forever be grateful. That video of Patti's right now has 2.5 million viewers, and we were the gift recipients of being on that video. So Patti is the gift that never stops giving. Thank you, Patti. She just recently in one of her closet videos gave us another shout out, and Patti said she was inspired by me, I can't believe it, when we were cleaning out our closet and I was wearing caftans that I picked up at Ross, and she loves caftans. Well, what can I say? I love Patti, and now my new wonderful sweet lady is Mary from Mary's Nest. So I hope you all enjoy the channel, all you new people, and of course all my wonderful regular friends. I also have my 1940s look with the shoulder pads and a little shirt that I picked up in Walmart. It's really kind of nice. It has puffy sleeves. It's that black nice jersey, and I think I brought the tag in, I'm thinking $11.99, and it's going to go with a lot of things, and I like it because the sleeves, if you can see, are puffy and they have gathers at the top, and I like it because it hides my upper arms. I have to tell you, Moosey just got up and came out, so I'm gonna have to stop for a minute and get his breakfast this morning, Sunday. But anyway, he said when he saw me, "Oh, you look like a cocktail waitress today. Where are you going?" That's a compliment. He changed that. He just said that, I'm going to shut my fan off. He changed that. He just said, you look like your mother going out for a cocktail to a cocktail lounge in 1947. And I do look like my mother. I am going to talk more about the war years and a very, very special man, and it has to do with happiness and gratitude. I know I'm not too old to be able to still be grateful for these. The things I'm going to tell you about what I am grateful for are simple things, and I'm going to tag it with our age. We're both in our 84th year, and these things have to do with being in the later years of our life and what we are still able to do in the way of gratefulness, feel and act. All right, number one, I am grateful. He is grateful, of course, for our family and the fact that we are able, with semi-good health, to be able to spend time with them and do things with them. Of course, we are grateful for the good health that we have, with some problems on the side, but we handle them. Everything's going well, and we are grateful for that. I'm grateful that we can sing and laugh and be silly at this age. I have to add that, at this age. Most of the time when people, or a lot of the time when people are in their later years of life, they think life has passed them by and they're just sort of waiting for that time when they don't have to worry about it. You can't do that. This really can be a wonderful time. So I'm grateful that I'm happy. I'm grateful that I can accept the problems of life. I'm grateful that I can accept things that don't always go the way you want them to go. And by the way, I know I'm so upbeat all the time. Life is not always fabulous in our life. We have, just like everyone else, we have our ups and downs. But I'm grateful that I can handle that and that I can treat something that's down and work on it so that it becomes an up. I'm grateful that we can still see friends, and if we can't see old friends, at least we can talk to them on the phone, especially brothers and sisters back east. We can talk to them, we can share memories and good times, and we have the internet too, which is a wonderful thing. And I would urge all of you in your later years to start connecting with people through the internet. Old friends, maybe even old boyfriends, ladies. You never know. We sing, we laugh, we're silly, we have good health, we're grateful for our friends. How about sunsets and sunrises? I'm grateful that I can still take joy in seeing a beautiful sunset or an orange sky. I know Moose is grateful for his birds and the beautiful birds. Every time an unusual bird flies into our area, it gives him joy, and you're grateful for that. So think of some of the things that you are grateful for in your older years. Even write them down and ponder them. I recently saw a video of a man who was, I think he was 103. A beautiful man with beautiful wrinkles in his eyes when he smiled, crinkles in the corners. And he spoke so eloquently. He was a Holocaust survivor. And he remembers so many things, and he had a few photographs which he shared of himself with his family when he was a boy. And he was a young boy when he and his family, brothers, sisters, mother and father, were taken to Auschwitz. He never saw his parents again, never saw his brothers or sisters again. He has survived. He has married a wonderful woman. He had a beautiful family. He has gratefulness that he is here and that he has had a happy life after his survival. He said he does not hate the people that did all those horrible things. He despises them, but he doesn't hate them. And he has lived a long, happy life. I think what a wonderful way to earn happiness, not to have that hatefulness in your heart, and to be grateful for all the things that he did eventually get. What more can I say? If I knew his name or where I saw it, I would refer it to you because it was a beautiful short talk. I have to tell you once again about our week and some of the things that obviously we are grateful for. This week, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to miss anybody. This particular week, we saw as of tomorrow and this afternoon, we will have seen 4 of our 6 children this week. This is wonderful. We have seen Dubby, and I'm going to tell you about what Dubby just went through this week. She had total hip replacement surgery. This is our oldest daughter, and I was over there. I'll tell you that story later, but she's doing fine. Her operation was on Monday, and she's coming along fine, staying ahead of the pain, doing her physical therapy. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that because I did see her on Wednesday. We also had a visit from our eldest son, Billy, who lives up in Idaho. And I think you know Bill and I, Moosey and I, are going to go up there in September for a visit. And I will take you with me. And I will film our whole visit once or twice a week, at least once. The web service up there, I have to ride into town to download. So, but I can do that. And besides Billy, we saw, tomorrow we will see Mikey and his family and 3 children. We're going to visit with them all day long. And this afternoon, Colleen and Micah and their 3 children come home from their week-long vacation on Anna Maria Island in the Gulf of Florida. They had a wonderful time. We have had Shasta, the oldest 10-year-old black lab, and they will be picking up the 2 other dogs, Harley and Coda, and you've heard about them before. They've been staying in a very fancy pet resort. They've been swimming and running through sprinklers. I'm surprised they haven't had their nails done. By the way, I finally did my nails again. So I'm grateful for that. So all these grandchildren, I saw Molly, wonderful Molly, came for luncheon last Monday with her daughter, Kelly, who is our great-granddaughter. And when I went to see Debbie on Wednesday, I saw another beautiful granddaughter, Tessie, who was helping to take care of her mom, along with Dub's husband, Barry. So I'm grateful for all the members of the family that we've seen this week, and hopefully we will see more as time goes on. Well, let me tell you about my daughter, Dubby, now. Unfortunately, poor Dub has inherited my side of the family's arthritis. My mother and father both had arthritis, and I suffer with my hip. But my hip flares up if I'm doing too much, and it goes away in a couple of days. It's always the same hip that flares up, but I treat it and I push through because I have to. But and I have a little bit of arthritis in my hands. Stubby does too. But her hip got so bad. And she does work full time. She's an executive in a hospital, a CEO in the hospital of a foundation, and so she had to keep going. So the doctor said, "Okay, we're going to replace everything." Well, they get you up right away. The operation, I guess, was about 2 or 3 hours long. And as soon as the anesthesia wore off, they had her up and on her feet. And she's on a walker right now, and it was so cute. In the hospital, I said, well, I'm coming over to see you on Wednesday. She did stay one night in the hospital. They wanted to send them home right away, but she said, oh no, I'm special. Keep me one extra night, just in case, which they did. But I said, what would you like me to bring? She said, Mom, I have been on a diet for a month. And they want her to get down to a certain weight for the operation. And it was mostly a liquid diet with some few little special foods added in. And she did lose 20 pounds. She said, I am starved. And she said, would you make that pasta salad that you made when we were teenagers and we ate it? I said, sure. I just want celery and onions and mayonnaise. Don't put all the cheese and olives in it, which I do for all the other kids. It's one of Nanny's pastas, a favorite in the family. So I said, okay, I'll bring that over. And also, will you make salamagundi for supper? Now, salamagundi is just basically chopped beef and elbow macaroni and some onions and some tomato sauce mixed in. It was one of my mother's recipes, and a lot of you probably know that particular recipe. Salamagundi. The name, I looked it up once, and I think it's named after a man for some reason or other. So I went over, and this was the funny part of it. And she said, I just want to stand at the refrigerator and shovel it in like we did when we were kids. Oh, that's right. I'm on a walker. I can't do that. Well, I arrived Wednesday, and she was sitting up in a chair. And right away, Tessie made 2 big bowls, one for Tessie and one for Debbie. And she gobbled that big bowl up. Made me so happy. And anyway, she's doing well. She hasn't gotten the salamagundi yet, but I think she's over her nostalgic cravings. So I was so grateful to see her. Our prayers were answered. It looks like she's coming through it like a champ, which she is. So I'm grateful for that. I think we are both thankful for being able to still read a good book, especially Moose. He reads constantly. I think we're both very grateful that we can enjoy each other's company and laugh and watch lovely movies on Netflix and be able to figure out all the computer things that go along with all this. I would be grateful if Moose would like to watch Hallmark with me, but that's not in the cards yet. And he would be grateful if I enjoyed baseball, LA Dodgers, with him. I think we are both thankful for this wonderful country of ours and hope that it is a beautiful country for our grandkids and great-grandchildren for many, many, many years to come. I would like to add something to the gratefulness that I have for the new wonderful sweet lady subscribers that have joined us from Mary's Nest and from Rockstar Mom Patti. And I would like to pay it forward with a shout out of my own to someone that I have watched for a while, but last night's video really cinched it for me. Now, this particular channel is called, and I don't want to get it wrong, Inside Beauty with the Old Girl. And this is a gal whose name is Sheila. She just turned 70 years old, and she's been doing a lot of beauty products and makeup and products and fashion things that she shared. But last night was their 39th anniversary. She and her husband Dave, a charming, charming man with the kindest eyes and sweet smile, did a video together, and they talked about their marriage and lifelong commitment and for better, for worse, and all the wonderful things that they feel for each other. Very, very sincere, and to me, it brought Sheila to life. Dave is the cutest man with big, long white beard, and I would love it if all of you would go and subscribe and give Sheila a real boost to her channel. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of this type of video. They were funny, they were endearing and loving, and said the sweetest thing and gave some wonderful advice for a long, happy, fun-filled marriage. I'd love to see that, and because that's what Moose and I believe in, the same values. So please, all of you, go and visit Inside Beauty with the old girl, Sheila and Dave. Love you both. Well, I could go on and on, as Moose says. I'm forever cutting things out. And I did want to talk a little bit more about some of the things that I picked up yesterday at Sally's and in Walmart in the way of makeup. I did get a new lipstick. A lot of you over the last 10 months have been talking about my lipstick. They all wanted to know the colors. And at the time, I was using a MAC lipstick that the name was worn off. And someone said they thought they found it, Odyssey by MAC. Well, I bought it, and it didn't seem to have, well, it was nice and dark, which is what I like. But my original color that I was wearing, I must have lost that lipstick, was a plum wine, more like a plum, but with a bluish tint. And I liked it because it seemed to make your teeth whiter, and it just was a darker color that I think helps light up my face. Anyway, I know a lot of people prefer the lighter lipsticks, but this seemed to me to be this. So my lipstick, the new one that I had bought, has just about gone, as you can see. So when I was out yesterday, I tried to find another MAC. Ulta doesn't carry MAC, and I was surprised. So I did go hunting around at Walmart, good old Walmart, and I did go into Sally's, and I did find two very dark lipsticks, which I had on today. One was a matte, and it was very, very dark, wine, and it seemed to have the blue tint to it. And I picked it up at Sally's, but it's Palladio, and I've never heard of that. And it was a very dark wine, violet something, matte, violet matte. But then I saw another one that had violet pearl of Revlon, and I put it on top of it, thinking that the pearl would bring it back to that bluish color. I don't know whether I achieved it or not, but that's the lipstick. I did want to talk with you about my new e.l.f. putty. It's a blush for the cheeks. It wasn't spreadable enough. I prefer my sticks. I have an e.l.f. stick that's a blush, and I think I might go back to that. But I will give the e.l.f. putty a little more of my time, just to keep checking it. Now, as you know, I have been trying to track down some hair toppers in my color. I'm pretty white, and I've noticed in some of the videos, the white has sort of a yellow tinge, which they say, oh, you can use purple shampoo. But I kind of like my little yellow tinge because it reminds me of the color that I was for the last 40 years, I guess. And so I'm gonna stay with it. But do you think I can find any toppers or ponytails or scrunchies or anything in this color? I've gone to Ulta, I've gone to Sally's, I've looked online, I ordered something, it was too ashy. So I think I'm out of luck to try and fill out my hair somewhat. And I'm looking for those. I did a couple of videos on using the, what we used to call rats. Actually, when I went into Sally's and Ulta, they didn't know what I was talking about when I said I'm looking for rats. They didn't even understand when I said hair forms. So go figure. But anyway, they're all dark, just like the one I have in here. I did find one on a rack, believe it or not, in Walmart, I think. And it was two of the small buns rats, and they were basically white. So I have those. I might cut those up if I could. I would have bought more, but they only had the one set. So I might cut those up and start using those for the different hairdos. My favorite hairdo with a big rat, which I have, but it's dark brown and I don't have enough hair to cover it, is the Gibson girl. But anyway, I kind of like my victory roll hairdo. So I think that might be it. It's time for me to go make Moosey's breakfast. And I'm going to make those British bacon buddies. I think that's what they call them, and enjoy them for our breakfast. So once again, my eternal thanks to Mary of Mary's Nest, to Patti, Rockstar Mom, and all the wonderful, sweet ladies, as Mary calls them, and she is sweet herself. Do you know, Mary is one of those people that when she talks, she always has a smile on her face. That is a wonderful thing. You have to go and check out Mary's Nest, everybody. So I want all my subscribers to go to Mary's Nest, and I think most of you know Patti Rockstar Mom, but go see Patti too. Tell them both that Nanny sent you too. I would appreciate that. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Keep doing those thumbs up. Thanks for subbing. God bless us all. Bye-bye for now.